Hello guys. Hi. Greetings to everyone coming today on this webinar. As usual, let's start from checking the sound. Can you hear me well? And please type anything in the chat if you can do. Okay, so I can see everything's fine. We start this. No, I cannot see if everything is fine. Okay, so let's start anyway, hoping everything is good. So we have this webinar for people who would like to know more about what Larnitech is and how to work with it. And pretty much this is the presentation that we are going to see. We will start from a small video about the factory and how what this factory looks like. Here it is. All right, so let's move now to the presentation itself. So this is introduction to what Larnitech makes as a smart home system. And we will start about the brand itself. And then we will go to what types of systems are available now on the market. And then to what do we control? Do we control only lighting and AC, for example, or something more? And then how do we control? What kind of control devices can we use to have a smart home for our clients? And then we will describe a little bit how we fight for your profit, because you are actually our main sales plan. And then we keep helping you even when you are actively working with everything and how we do it. And then where to learn more. So about the brand itself a little bit. We have right now more than 30 partner branches in different countries, mostly distribution branches, and some of them are factory branches. And mostly these are in Europe. And for about 2 years we are also in MENA region, and I'm currently working from Dubai office in Dubai Media City. And the factory itself is working from 2014, so it's 10 years in 2024 this year. And the factory is full cycle factory, so it's not only getting some kind of products and selling it with its name, like many companies now for smart home do. They design, they product and manufacture PCBs, and then they develop firmwares and softwares and also cloud services. So the full product is totally developed by the Larnitech. We have in GCC region quite nice team. So this is management team. And when you would like to have some help, you would talk to Mr. Yegor or Mr. Gulam about this. So they will help you with BOQs and with many other things which you would like to have. The product itself is quite widely used for different kinds of projects all around the world. So one of the first big projects was in 2016. It started actually in 2016, and I think that they built new parts of these buildings until now in Malta, in Fort Cambridge. So we developed a special type of controller which could be installed in many apartments at the same time and monitored. Metaforsa, here you can see it. And then many other projects like this, like multi-apartment projects, a great amount of villa projects in different places and so on. So these are residential complexes fully equipped with Metaforsas and with Larnitech products. Now let's move a little bit from Larnitech and go to the market, like how market works and why, for example, we cannot use, I don't know, Xiaomi or Alexa and Amazon products to install everywhere professionally. So the thing is that we have different types of home automation products, and they are pretty much very different from each other. So usually people see customer installation type. So the type of product which customer and user can buy directly from the shop and install themselves. What is the problem here? Actually, these are good products usually. But the problem is that if you are as installer, as professional installer, get this product and install, you need to understand few things. So first, usually they don't work normally without internet. So for clients, after few days maybe of use, this becomes a problem. And then these products, they usually are produced for, let's say, half a year or maybe 1 year, and then next product is produced and previous product stopped being supported. Another thing is you cannot make complex things here, because complex things, they instantly become a mess. So once you have more than 10 or 15 devices with customer installation, this stops working fine, because these guys, they are all central intelligence. They work using hub. They use only wireless protocols, which sometimes work fine, but once you have many devices, it stops working good. But then we have a different kind of smart home systems, industrial automation. You can use industrial automation protocols, and you can have like as complex and as reliable systems as you want. But these systems, they are first very expensive, and second, you need to spend a lot of time setting them up. And then they are not flexible. So let's say client says after 1 month of use, he says change this, and please move this from this room to this room in the application. So this will be quite hard, and you will need to redo your programming, and you will need high quality and high level people working in your company on a salary to do this. So industrial automation is mostly for building automation, for big buildings, for ventilation, and for lifts control, I don't know, and for monitoring of energy usage, but not for smart home. That is why we have another type, which is like two of these combined and something else. Professional installation smart home. This is actually taking something from customer installation. For example, you can easily connect voice control, yes, or you have a remote control and you have a customer application instantly. But at the same time, it takes the reliability and wired protocols and many other things from industrial automation. So this is the type of system which Larnitech produces. Larnitech produces only this professional installation type of systems. And this is what we use to connect devices together. If you work with some kinds of protocols like, for example, KNX or Modbus or different kinds of RS485, you understand this kind of connection. So this is like a typical loop connection of devices together. We use Cat6 or Cat5 cable to connect devices, but we use CAN bus. We don't use Modbus, KNX, or many types of very old protocols which are available on the market. CAN bus is the protocol from Bosch made to be used in high-level reliability applications. That is why it is being used in cars, and in every car you can go inside, and in Tesla, for example, you open Tesla and you see CAN bus inside there. And also planes and also yachts. These are protocols this is the protocol which is widely used in there. So we decided to use it for a smart home system because of two things. First, it is very reliable, much more reliable than pretty much any other protocol available on the market, even wired protocol. And second thing is that CAN bus has the automatic detection function. So when you bring your car to service, what you see is they connect and they instantly understand if something is wrong. So this is the type of system which we would like to use in smart homes. So that's why for 10 years, we produce this CAN bus for smart home system. This is what typical control board or distribution board looks like. And usually different kinds of lights, different kinds of motors and AC and other things which we would like to control, we get to control boards placed in different places around the project. And Larnitech produces not only hardware, but also a software which complements this hardware, and also cloud service. And as you could guess, cloud service, why we need it? We need cloud service because we need remote connection, we need voice control, we need remote servicing for many projects. So you as an installer, let's say, will have, I don't know, like 50 projects in 1 year. And then all 50 projects will be available for you for remote service in your cloud dealer panel. We also have a lot of integration possibilities. So we have API, we have connections to mostly widely used protocols like Modbus or KNX. You can use any type of KNX, for example, switches. And we are compatible with different kinds of adapters for air conditioners, for VRF systems, for example, and many, many others. And much more integration. If you have any question about any kind of integration, you can ask in the chat. And then what do we control? So client comes to us asking, like, you offer a smart home, good. Like, what would you like to offer for me to control? So this is not full list. This is like the beginner's list for what kinds of systems are being controlled by our home automation system. And we start from lighting and different types, and then we continue with motors and different kinds of blinds and curtains, and then AC control and climate control, also heating and floor heating if needed, and then security applications, and security part in our system is quite strong. And then we have media and music, and also add home appliance control to it. And then we control all of these with control elements. So control elements go to all of these together. Let's start from lighting. So I will just stop on some examples because this is not a technical presentation. So this is like the first example, RGB controller for lighting. This can control not only RGB, actually. This is a dimmer for 12 to 24 volts. Lighting, and you can dim different kinds of white light, you can dim different kinds of changeable temperature light, and RGB colors and RGBW and so on. So this controller is the size of 4 modules in the DB and controls 9 groups. This is another thing which we support, also addressable strips. So here you can see addressable strip changing color, and this is quite nice, and quite a lot of clients, they see this as a wow factor currently. So we support addressable strips as well. We also support DALI and different kinds of DALI addresses like DT6 and DT8 and much more. Then move to blinds and motors control and meet these relays. So if you want central control, everything from DB, you use these kinds of relays. So LC18, for example, has 18 channels. Each channel is 16 amps. And you can control blinds, or you can control lights, or you can control pretty much anything on-off using this one. We also have a product line of smaller devices like these, which go to Petra's box, which go behind a normal switch in the box, in the installation box. And this one, for example, has 6 inputs, including temperature input if you need, and 2 outputs, so 2 relays and 2 light groups, or for example, motor up, down, and so on. And also smart glass, like here, and tubular motors, and gates, and many other motorization applications. And then we go to AC control, and air conditioners and climate we can control in different way. So this one is like standard option. We are offering these kinds of designs for thermostats, and you can connect them directly to the AC, and then you connect them using interface to the system. and then you control the climate or directly control the AC. Almost all brands are covered. Not all models, of course, because some models, they are very close, they don't even have infrared, so they just have wired remote and it is closed and you don't know this brand. But mostly when we talk about Daikin, Mitsubishi and General and Fujitsu and LG and Samsung and many others, we can control them quite easily and include in our system and application. And then we have security part in our system, and this consists of first the plugin for security. So once you enable this plugin, you will be able to arm the system, or you will be able to partly arm, let's say like the second floor, and other floors you don't arm, something like this. Also we have a video intercom with PoE, so you can use it, you put it nearby the door and it has a relay to open the door remotely, and you can use cards or NFC to open it, and so on. We also support different kinds of notifications, starting from normal push notifications, and then messengers notifications, and then even email notifications with pictures which you can get from cameras. We also can include different kinds of camera feeds in our application or wall panels. And of course we use different kinds of sensors for 24/7 monitoring, like for example fire alarm monitoring or water leakage monitoring. And then zone access alarm for motion for open close of windows and doors. We also have a media control. We can integrate with some third party, and we also have our own smart amplifier with AirPlay and Spotify and DLNA, and it can use also not personal but public announce features. So from the application you can say, please everybody do this, or something like this. Do we control AC for 12 volts? AC we usually control with, if it is a fan coil, and if it is a 12 volts valve, for example, or 12 volts fan speed change, we can control easily because we have voltage free relays. So what we bring to it, we get outside the voltage which we need. Okay. So as for media, another thing which we can do is we can put different kinds of audio files in there, generated by text-to-speech, for example. So you can select like what kind of voice you would like to have, let's say like a woman voice or a male voice, and what it will say, like for example, security system is armed, something like this. And you put it inside this media point, and then you set up like when it works. So for example, when the system is armed, this file is being played, or when the door or the gates are open, then this file is played, and you understand all over the house that gates are now open. Things like that you can easily do without any kind of complex setting or programming. And this is typical installation for 4 rooms, for example. So you have media point, you have passive speakers. We offer speakers as well. We have partners, German speaker manufacturer Magnat. So we offer their speakers, and they can be like ceiling inbuilt speakers or wall speakers, or I don't know, desktop speakers. And you can use them directly connect to the media point, and then you have a 24 volts power supply, which we recommend to be like about 3 or 4 amps. and then router and main controller, which controls all this. And then we also have connection for home appliance control, because this is now quite popular for clients and also for showrooms. In showrooms, you want to show it to clients that you are able to control coffee machines, vacuum cleaners, integrate with washing machines, and so on. So we can do all this quite easily as well. So this is the example from one of the real projects, and this is a small scene that this little guy eats something and makes a mess, and then our application turns on the vacuum cleaner. Okay. Yes, we need to know more about connecting the intercom system with home automation systems and app. We will send you after this webinar. Please tell us your contacts or press, there will be a link for the partnership. So we will be able to send you more information about how the intercom system works together in the same application as smart home. Okay. And now we go to control methods, like how do we control all this? We can control actually with 6 types of devices. We can use typical switches or buttons, and then smart switches, touch screens and remotes, your own personal smart devices, voice control, and with automations and with sensors. So all these 6 you can use all together for the client. So like, let's say we get a normal switches, or this is actually a product line with icons which you can use, which you can get from us directly. And these are switches which connect directly to dry contacts adapters. And normal switches you can also use from the market. And then you can use also smart control panels like these. They can include, for example, temperature sensors, and they can be at the same time the thermostats. So also these are types of control panels where you can use different kinds of background lighting. So you can use background lighting with changeable colors, and at night, for example, it can be one color, day can be another color, and brightness can be different, and so on. So this is another product line by Citron factory, which is also available from us in GCC region. And as for wall touch screens, we have from 4-inch up to 10-inch, and they all go into typical back box, the same one which you use for a light switch. Okay, so all of them are PoE, so you connect them to PoE switch, same as cameras, and then they have power and connection, and they have the application in which you can use the floor plan, for example, to control all the apartment or all the villa. Also, you can connect their cameras, and you can connect their video intercom and music control. And if you go deeper into media control, for example, private cinema and home cinema and hi-fi audio and so on, you will be able to use some additional media remotes like this one from RTI, which can control our system and at the same time has a lot of drivers to control a lot of media and audio visual systems. Also, we support Control 4, and you can use Control 4 devices together with our system. And then sensors. You can use quite a lot of third-party sensors, and you can use our sensors. We have different types, from these small ones to these medium ones for wall installation, and these bigger ones for ceiling installations. And This big one can be up to 6 in 1. 6 in 1 can be temperature, humidity, light level, motion, CO2, and sixth function is infrared. So using this central element, we can detect motion and light level, and at the same time we can make infrared signals which control air conditioners, for example. What is the wire you will use for all the data and current supply? We use Cat6 wire for almost everything, but sometimes we can use different kinds of cables, like for example fire alarm cables, like 4 on 55, 0.55, something like this. And we can use different kinds of cables. So the standard one is Cat5 or Cat6, which is good for almost everything. We also support voice assistants and voice control. So you can use Apple, Amazon or Google control, and this is all included. You don't need to pay for it separately, and you don't need to buy a separate controller for it. So the main controller already has the compatibility with all this. And then we use our own application. Some people, they ask, like for example, we can use like HomeKit and home application on iPhones. Why we need your application? Our application is actually much more feature filled than HomeKit. So that is why many things which are not available in HomeKit application will be available in our application. But if you want simple installation, and for many clients this is okay to have just a simple control for lighting, AC, and some more things, then HomeKit application is enough. But our application, it is very quick, so once you run it, almost immediately you can see what is happening in the system. And then it has a very good remote connection, so it's almost instant. Even if you connect using Wi-Fi or you connect using like LTE or 5G, you will be able to see what is happening in the system instantly without any delays. And you can also use a floor plan, so you can upload the floor plan and see different things, and clients, they prefer this simplicity with the floor plan. Okay, and then next thing, actually our client is not the one who is using the system. Our client is the company who is installing the system. So our main target is to provide for you the profitable product which will work reliable and which will make you money, which will bring you money. So how we do this? So we try to make this product like as attractive for a client as possible, so you can sell it to them. We have 5 years warranty, and we have it made in Germany. So once client hears about this, they are like ready to buy because once they want something in their house and they understand they plan to use it for 10 years or something, it is better made in Germany. It is better than you have like longer warranty. The next thing is that we produce the product and then we sell it to appointed installer companies and certified installer companies. We don't sell it directly to the client. And then installer companies, they sell their product, including installation, to the client. So this product is very different from this product. Okay? So the product which you sell to end users is very different. So for example, I saw like many hundreds of smart home installations in my life, but none of them was the same as another one. So they are very, very customized and very unique. What we produced is we produce parts for it, like Lego parts, from which you can make any kind of system. Okay, and if client comes directly to us, we say they get no warranty. So they get warranty only if they buy from you. And then we have another thing. So if you have some experience installing things like that, you know that you install something, you have your DB connected, you have something, you have everything connected actually, but the system will not work usually. So our competitors' systems, once you connect them, they don't work. You need to come on site and you need to start programming. And you program for weeks and sometimes for months. And you spend money, you spend transport expenses, and your profit is gone. That is why we are using this CAN bus protocol, and we made this function that once you connect it, we have plug and play detection of devices, and we have immediately available devices after the first connection. So if you connect, let's say, I don't know, 100 groups of lights, and you connect them all together to the bus and connect to our main controller from the application, immediately you will be able to control all this. So this is like a huge help during the setup process and during the handover process. So this is like our unique feature, which is saving your profit. And then we support ecosystems, because we support it because clients, they need it, and clients, they say, I want home application to control everything, but I don't want smart home. So sometimes they say things like that. That is why we support all three main ecosystems and right from the box. And then last but not least, last for this webinar, but not least for importance, we have remote maintenance. Remote maintenance is included in all controllers. You don't need to keep, I don't know, laptop with any desk on it. You get remote connection yourself. So if client, for example, calls you, you don't need to go there. You just connect remotely and you see what is wrong, if something is wrong. Or if client, for example, would like to change something, you can make it easily from remote connection from our web instruments, which are available for our certified installers for free. And also our technical support can connect to you if you have any question or problem, and they connect and they help remotely. So this is another important, very important thing, which almost none of other vendors provide. Is there any online debug system available without reaching the customer's place? Online debug system. I'm not sure what you mean with this question. So I'm not sure. Sorry. Usually when you need remotely to connect, you are looking for console with messages in there, and if you have error messages in there, you understand what is wrong. So like, for example, there were no like power for something, or something happened with online connection or something else. So you will be able to see most of it from our remote system. And then we also support you with calculations, because once you come to a client to make a better sale, you need to tell them prices quickly. And we have this quick BOQ creation instruments in Google spreadsheets. So you will be able to select rooms, and immediately you will see like what kind of functions we offer by default. You can actually change it and you can edit it. Like, for example, in kitchen you would like to have also dimming. So you can add it, and for every time you add the kitchen, you will have also dimming. And then these functions, they go directly to BOQ, and you will be able to tell to a client like how much does it cost. Okay, and usual typical price is not so high. So we don't compete with, like, I don't know, luxury manufacturers, and we don't compete with some companies which provide very luxury smart homes. We usually like lower level of professional smart home for price. Okay, and these are guys which help you with sales and with technical things and with BOQ. Okay. Also, one more thing, for our partners, we draw these draft projects for free. So once you start working with us, so let's say you have like some kind of a small prepayment for some kind of equipment which will be used in your project, then we will make these kinds of draft projects for you for free. So draft project is like a small part of project documentation, but it includes the overview of the whole system. So in here you can see, for example, the living room, the bedroom, children's room, kitchen, and so on. And for each of them you see what kind of elements you use, and you see where they are connected. For example, in children's room here we have R14. It means that this is relay light, like on-off light, which connects to R1 channel 4, R14. Okay, so from this overview you understand almost everything, and when client sees this, client understands that you understand this, and they start to trust you. So it also makes easier for a client to understand the whole system once you have it. Okay. So once again, we will do it for your project. We don't take money for it. We have a team of people who are drawing this. So once you give us the initial information, we give you this. Okay, and then where to learn more. For example, you asked about cables, you asked about how intercom system works and so on. So we have a training. So you can go to larnitech.ae, and we have there like a menu, online training. This training is free. We have a basic training and separate button for advanced training. Advanced you need when you have real devices. So once you have these devices, you will be able to go to advanced and just repeat something that you can see there. But in basic training, you see like the most stuff for what kinds of controllers are available, like what types of controllers we have, and so on. So please go to basic one, and basic one has a certification button, like test button. So you go to test, and if you pass this test, you get the certificate, and then you become approved installer if you have installation license. So what to do next? This is actually the link which you can use to become our partner if you are not already. Okay, so once you press there, we will be able to contact you and send you all details, all catalogs, and explain you everything that you would like to ask. Okay, And this one, which you can see on the left, is the demo case. We offer this demo case so you could go to a client and show working system. The new version includes also a touch screen, and there is a separate video which you can see of how to use the demo case on our website. The demo case includes like 80% of all main features which are normally desired by the client. So light on off, dimming lights, color lights, then sensors with different types of detection, and also music, and also security features, and how you control from panels, and how you control from touchscreens, and so on. Yes, we also have test kits without the case, so you can get from us. So you can get from us for free for 2 weeks, or you can buy the demo kit for your showroom. So you can buy some devices which you can install in your showroom and show your client what you can do. Okay, now before we finish, I will be ready to answer your questions. But before that, a small video with some examples from a real project. Okay, so let's see. Yes, main question is like, what do you need to install the system? And you actually need just a legal option to install the system. So if you are an installation company, then you can become our partner. If you are not installation company, if you are just selling something, unfortunately, we will not able to provide you a partner status. So you will need to work with some kind of partner with installation options and capabilities. Also, we have, like, I think already more than 100 partners in GCC region, and we will be able to offer you some kind of partners if you need some installation partners. What CCTV brand can be integrated in app? Actually, you can integrate pretty much any kind of open video feed. So RTSP or OnVIF. So for example, if you have it OnVIF compatible, so it can be, I don't know, Hikvision, Dahua, like Samsung, many others. And there is a button, you can find all the cameras and they are being connected. But important thing, you can see video feeds in the application and client can see, but you will not be able to see the records. So we don't have this feature in our application to see the records like what happened recently. So if something happens and client wants to see records, they connect directly. Okay, so once again, thank you for coming today. Yes, it will connect to the streams of NVR, but it will not connect to, it will not give you the interface to go to see the recording. Do you provide installation training through your partner in Dubai? Actually, yes, we have like prepared installation training, and the training which we have on our website is different. We are preparing now online training for installers, but it will not be free because it takes a lot of time and effort to create such a training. So we are preparing now this training, a different one. About the intercom, we have our own intercom, or we can support SIP intercom, so sound over IP. And if you have a SIP feature in your intercom, then most likely you will be able to connect to our main controller and the software. Okay, thank you so much guys for coming today. Hope to see you in our office or on other webinars. Yes, as for AC connections, I'm ready to talk to you directly. We have quite a lot of experience of connecting different kinds of ACs. Thank you guys, bye bye.